billion towards supporting efforts at transforming education systems so that access and learning outcomes fit for the 21st century can be accelerated.
Some child somewhere may well be the one who goes on to develop the next vaccine to deal with cancer or whatever other problem afflicts humanity. Some kid around the world will, I have absolutely no doubt, have their lives transformed, and many, many kids will have their lives transformed by these funds.
Let us remember that even though money is necessary for transforming our education systems, it alone is not sufficient. A deliberate, committed drive towards ensuring that each dollar investment impacts quality and holistic education for our children is equally as vital.
Speaking during a panel session with other African leaders, President Muhammadu Buhari said neither the government nor parents in Nigeria joke with education.
Being over 200 million and the size of the country itself is a major challenge for any administration.
Absolutely.
But luckily, people have realized that education is a starting point.
Yes.
Anybody who missed the opportunity of receiving education, he has missed everything. Hence, the fight for opportunities for education is very, very severe.
At the summit, Nigeria lends its voice to the Raise Your Hand campaign on closing the financial gap for education, described as the heart of all national development efforts.
I assure you that Nigerians are acutely aware of the priorities of education. And they are going all out to make sure that their children and their wards get the opportunity to have the best of education.
Other members of the panel, including the presidents of Ghana, Togo, Kenya and Malawi, spoke on the peculiarities of the education sector in their respective countries. President Muhammadu Buhari had earlier committed to raising the budget for education by 50% over the next 2 years and up to 100% by the year 2025. From London, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, President Buhari also met with the UK Prime Minister on the sidelines of the Global Education Summit in London. Details will come in the course of the bulletin. And back home, we hear that the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority will invest $200 million in building world-class hospitals across Nigeria. Managing Director of the authority, Uche Orji, says Nigerians should also look out for the inauguration of major roads across the country in the year 2022, which is said will be towed. State House correspondent Didi Onifade reports that the federal government and its partners through the Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund are committing more funding to the completion of ongoing projects.
Roads, health facilities, agriculture, especially fertilizer production, these and many others are what the federal government, through the Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund, is committed to developing across the country, and the willingness to continue partnering with the private sector in achieving the goal. Managing Director of the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority, Uche Orji, speaking at the weekly executive briefing of press at the Presidential Villa in Abuja, says the nation is on course and making appreciable progress on road projects, the Presidential Fertilizer Initiative, and development of healthcare facilities.
So the Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund at the moment has fully committed capital of about $1.7 billion. And this is really now focused on these projects. Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Second Niger Bridge, Abuja-Kano Road, and the Mambila Hydropower Project. So there'll be 20 of these centers built across the country. And it's everything from cancer to radiology to diagnostics. And then our flagship program is our world-class hospital that we're building here in Abuja. That will be a center for advanced medicine.
He says the authority's investment in infrastructure depends on the nationwide importance of the infrastructure, which can attract both local and national capital and also be able to make commercial and social returns, as well as a legal environment conducive for investment.
The Presidential Fertilizer Initiative has been truly revolutionary. The number of domestic blending plants involved in the Presidential Fertilizer Initiative have now gone from initially started with 7, went got to 11 in the first year. We now have 47 blending plants. We had 30 last year. We have 47 now.
The Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority is owned by the 3 tiers of government set up to enhance infrastructure in Nigeria and provide stabilization support in times of economic stress. In the State House, Jude Onifade, NTA News.
And just as we told you earlier, Nigeria and the United Kingdom have resolved to deepen and expand the highly beneficial relations between the two countries, especially in the area they described as green trade. This was when the British Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, played host to President Muhammadu Buhari on the sidelines of the Global Education Summit in London. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports on this and other engagements of the Nigerian leader.
During the high-level engagement between the two leaders, President Muhammadu Buhari talked about measures taken so far towards enhancing industrialization so that Nigeria can be more self-sufficient in critical areas of need. Stable power supply, he believes, is necessary towards achieving the objectives, especially in the area of solar energy.
The British feel that they have a comparative advantage. I mean, not that they have more sun, but in terms of the technology for solar panels. And they are a bit concerned about the tariffs on that, and that is something that the two countries can look at. They all both agreed that there was really an area to increase the level of trade between the two countries.
Discussions also centered on security, with President Buhari outlining the various challenges confronting Nigeria and the support being rendered by the UK government towards finding lasting solutions, and called for sustenance.
And they both agreed, actually, that in those kinds of situations, apart from the direct confrontation of terrorism, but that also allowing the courts, to play their role, an independent role, in addressing issues of those involved in terrorism and terrorist-related activities. Then they talked about the Commonwealth and how to, strengthen the Commonwealth going forward to make it responsive to the needs and aspirations of the members.
The Nigerian leader also held bilateral talks with the Commonwealth Secretary General, Patricia Scotland, who promised to support his genuine efforts at fighting corruption in the country.
And she recognized that Mr. President as a champion of anti-corruption, that there's also a tool that is now available, developed by the Commonwealth, to sort of, monitor and evaluate the progress that countries are making, private sector and public sector, in the field of, corruption and anti-corruption, and that those will be, made available to Nigeria. And Mr. President, welcomed that, and talked about measures that he has also taken to reinvigorate and strengthen the security sector of the country, architecture in Nigeria, and welcomed, whatever tools, additional tools that the Commonwealth can provide.
The Commonwealth, Baroness Scotland, also explained developed other tools to be made available to the Nigerian government towards enhancing police and criminal justice reforms, governance, trade, as well as encountering violent extremism. President Muhammadu Buhari also met separately with the Nigerian leader Muhammad Bazoum and the Kenyan leader Uhuru Kenyatta. Details of their discussions were, however, not made public. From London, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
In other news, the harmonious working relationship between the 9th National Assembly and the Executive appears set to further improve, with each arm of government resolute on compromises beneficial to national development. Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly House of Representatives, Umar El Yaqub, made this known while briefing journalists in Abuja. John Yaku tells us more.
The senior special assistant, while acknowledging the principle of separation of power in a democracy, noted that the existence of one government cannot be overemphasized. To this end, the SSA said the harmony in the Ninth Assembly has resulted into swift passage of bills, consideration of presidential nominees for appointments, reversal of budget cycle to January-December, assent to 15 bills by President Buhari, and transmission of orders for presidential assent, with many others awaiting harmonization.
The successful hosting of the National Security Summit by the House of Representatives, and indeed the forwarding of the recommendations therefrom, is also a milestone achievement, and indeed is something that I commend and congratulate Speaker and the members of the House of Representatives for that effort.
On the recently passed PIB and the Electoral Amendment Act Day 2021 by the National Assembly, he said, there is always a provision for subsequent amendments of the laws.
So I believe any law that we have today can be subjected to amendments in the future.
He further called for better and continued cooperation between the two arms of government for progress. In Abuja, John Yaku, NTA News.
On security, news reaching us indicate that a total of 105 kidnapped victims have been rescued within the last 2 weeks, while 42 bandits and terrorists eliminated in different joint operations carried out by the armed forces across the country. The Acting Director, Defense Media Operations, Brigadier General Bernard Onyoko, announced this at a news conference in Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
Another round of periodic briefings by the Defense Headquarters and the strike recorded from 16 to 28 July 2021 formed the content. 105 kidnapped victims by Boko Haram and bandits rescued by troops was a major victory during the period under review.
The operation led to the neutralization of about 16 Boko Haram and Islamic West African province terrorists, as well as 29 of them were arrested, while 40 civilians who were kidnapped were rescued. 11 Boko Haram terrorists and their families, comprising of 5 female adults and 12 children, were arrested at FOB Mayanti.
Criminals vandalizing railway infrastructure cooling off in the hands of troops of Operation Safe Haven in Plateau.
Bandits and 5 armed robbers were neutralized and several others escaped with gunshot wounds, while 12 others were arrested. A total of 12 assaulted rifles, a truckload of stolen railway tracks and sleepers were also recovered in the course of these operations. A total of 17 kidnapped victims were also rescued from their abductors.
Troops of Operation Delta Safe in the coastal region have also upscaled the fight against the nation's economic saboteurs in the area, and there is no going back on the onslaught, the Defense Headquarters assured. From the Defense Headquarters in Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Sequel to the receipt of allegation and indictment processes from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, against one of the personnel of the Nigeria Police Force, DCP Abba Kyari, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Alkali Baba, has ordered an internal review of the allegations. In a statement, the Nigeria Police Force reaffirms its commitment to the pursuit of justice and the strengthening of its professional relationship with the FBI and other international partners. The statement added that further developments on the case will be communicated to the public. The presidency has conveyed President Muhammadu Buhari's deep regrets over the death of 5 prospective corps members to the board, management and staff of the National Youth Service Corps. The president joins the commission in paying tribute to those who lost their lives in Wednesday's tragic accident along the Abaji-Kwali Expressway, Abuja. Commiserating with the families of the young stars, the president assures that Nigerians share their grief and would continue to uphold them in prayers through this difficult time. Time for our first break. Please stay. Big day ahead.
New Ovaltine 3-in-1. Smart choice for smart kids.
I've been looking at you from across the way, and I think about you almost every day. Now I think that I must have a crush on you. I hope that you feel it too. Paradise is waiting for, so take my hand. You and me in la la land.
It's the natural ingredients and rich flavor of Knorr that brings people together.
Take this, Mom. You will need it.
My tongue is craving something. I wonder what it is. Twisco. That's my favorite.
Twisco chocolate drink powder is a unique blend of cocoa, milk, and malt fortified with Enofort, a special blend of vitamins and minerals that helps give kids the vitality they need for an action-packed day.
Mommy, let's drink all.
Twisco, power your dream.
With my pregnancy, I started looking for the best of everything for my baby. When I met Morphix Newborn, I said, this is the diaper I'm looking for. The formula of happiness for me is Morphix Newborn. There are no harmful substances in Morphix. I feel very comfortable while my baby sleeps peacefully. With its special umbilical cord and soft upper surface. Come on, mothers, try Morphix Newborn and join our happiness movement.
My son has always dreamt of being in the spotlight. As his mother, it is my duty to help him live up to his dream. That's why I give him Born Vita every day, which contains iron, zinc, and vitamin C that supports his immunity and gives him the strength to pursue his dreams. Born Vita, strength to dream.
I've got no ice on me, but still can freeze your knees. What up?
Unleash your cool side with Mentos Fresh Action Candy and its incredible soothing liquid filling. Get on stage now.
I be the cool guy that you want, fresh guy that you want. Mentos Fresh Action Candy. Get cool, stay fresh with the Mentos Fresh Action Candy.
Mentos Fresh Action Candy. Get cool, feel fresh. Now with vitamin C.
We are StarTimes, the most affordable digital pay TV platform with the widest signal coverage in Nigeria, dedicated to bringing the best TV entertainment around the world to your screen. From Hollywood to Bollywood to Nollywood, we offer the most affordable subscription. Enjoy over 75 channels for as low as 1,700 naira, like Nat Geo Wild, BBC, ESPN, and premium sports like Emirates FA Cup, La Liga, Bundesliga, wrestling. What's more exciting? We have the most flexible payment options in Nigeria. Don't dull. Join us now for an exciting journey. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Thank you for staying. Let's now talk politics. The All Progressives Congress Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee has assured members of the party that its position remains unshakable and that it will lead the party to conduct hate-free congresses and convention. This was at a briefing held at the Buhari House, National Secretariat of the APC. Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara reports.
Different interpretations by some individuals of the judgment by the Supreme Court that upheld the election of Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu prompted this briefing. A council that defended Akeredolu and the APC reaffirmed that the judgment by the Supreme Court did not oppose the position of Governor Mai Mala Buni and the likes as chairman and members of the Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee.
There's nowhere in the judgment of the majority where the efficacy of the office of our chairman, national chairman, was questioned. Nowhere. What happened was that the judgment of the tribunal that says that the holding of a party position does not contravene Section 183 of the Constitution still stands. That was the judgment that was given by the tribunal, that was upheld by the Court of Appeal and upheld by the majority decision of the Supreme Court. I don't know why people are attributing so much to the judgment of the minority.
We will hold the congresses as scheduled.
And we have fame about our party, fame about what we're doing, fame about the leadership of the party, fame about the government of President Muhammad Buhari.
The APC world's local government and state congresses are scheduled to commence on the 31st of July 2021. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress in Bauchi has promised to entrench internal democracy in the party to ensure fairness in the forthcoming election of the party's officials at all levels. Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad reports that the State Secretary of the party, Bako Hassani Desina, gave the assurance and stressed that the APC in Bauchi is strategizing for victory in 2023.
Although not in power in Bauchi State, the All Progressive Congress in the state, according to its secretary, Bako Hussaini, is stronger than ever and ready for the forthcoming ward, local government and state congresses. With a clear message of unity amongst members, the party's secretary assures of a successful congress in Bauchi State. Already, members have begun picking interest forms for the party's chairmanship in the state.
We want to see that APC is carrying everybody on board. We want to see that there's absolute unity and there's a vibration or a robust change in all the leadership.
In Bauchi, Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad, NTA News.
Now, while Nigeria's apex constitutional court may have finally resolved the legal tussle between PDP's Aitayo Jegede and Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, the court of public opinion apparently is not yet done with the matter as reactions continue to trail the verdict of the Supreme Court. Now, let's get some perspectives on the Supreme Court's verdict with my guest, Kayode Adulo, a legal practitioner who joins us via Zoom. You're welcome.
Hello, good evening. It's my pleasure to be here.
Now, thank you. Now, though a narrow but majority judgment nonetheless, and I mean the 4-3 in favor of Governor Akeredolu, what exactly does it therefore say in terms of law about executive public office holders also being in charge of political parties? And how does that affect the APC going forward?
Well, thank you very much. The judgment was delivered yesterday. The majority judgment is to the fact that Rotimi Akeredolu remains the governor of Ondo State, and I congratulate him on that. But again, when we look at what the pointer that is from the minority judgment is to the fact that there is a question mark on allowing the state governor, particularly the sitting governor, to maintain the executive position at the party. And as it is, from my own opinion, it is more or less that the governor of Yobe State, Malabuni, continues to stay as the interim chairman of APC is a legal liability. We, as a lawyer, you consider the majority judgment as well as minority judgment. Minority judgment is used as a pointer, as a guide, and that's why we call it an obiter. The obiter of yesterday's judgment is more like a warning to show that there is a question mark in the continuous stay of Malabuni. And my advice is that we need to continue to follow the law. There should be no need for violation of the Constitution because Section 183 is so clear that being a sitting governor, you shall not, that is what the law, the Constitution says, you shall not occupy an executive office of any employment office. And as it is, from what it is, particularly as a former national secretary of Labour Party, I know as a fact that the two main officers of political party, it's an executive post, it's an administrative post. That is why you see most of the time, they are the one that always return candidate. And if you must return candidate and at the same time continue to be a sitting government, then I think there will be a problem. And as it is, though so many people will tell you, like you said, there are a lot of different public opinion. But this issue is like to who has ears, let them hear.
Okay, now you have critically appraised the individual judgment of the justices of the Supreme Court in terms of the minority judgment versus the majority judgment versus the minority judgment. There must be lessons either ways. Now, can you speak to some of these lessons and how they factor in creating precedents and enhance the body of law, and also what it means for the political process?
Well, the lesson we should take away from here is, if you remember recently, Nigeria seemed to be talking more of substantive justice, and yesterday's judgment even at least led credence to that there is a judgment, there is a justice working by the fact that the majority votes of in Ondo State by-election is Rotimi Akeredolu, having won about 15 local governments, and he has a majority vote, and that is what the Supreme Court, that's one of the things that was concentrated upon, and the election has been affirmed. But another thing again is the obiter, that is by the side, and which I can say come from the minority judgment, is the pointer to the fact that as it is, there is question mark in allowing the sitting government, the state government, who before even taking the position of their office has read the law, and the law has forbids him to take any other executive position. And that is as it is today. The only way what saved the day for Rotimi Akeredolu yesterday is to the fact that the minority judgment raised the issue that as it is, since Malam Buni isn't joined as a party in that election, they won't like to dwell into the issue of whether what the ACE Act is right or wrong. But the minority judgment dwell in that and take the merit of that issue and says what he has done is totally wrong. And with that, I think our political party, they need to have a take-home. The lesson there is to ensure that, look, we are talking of a democratic organization that lay cretins, that build grants, a foundation for democratic election.
Okay.
And this leadership of that should be through elected position, not those that will be unpicked, not those that will be picked. And the question is this: how come we allow unelected officers to give us democracy? I think that is the final.
Thank you so much. Now, briefly, just in about 15 seconds. Now, for the purpose of emphasis, what, in your legal opinion, is the way forward for the APC, especially as the party prepares for congresses this weekend, which some prominent members of the party have advised against, while the lead counsel to Governor Akeredolu is saying that the party can go ahead?
Well, as a lawyer, we have different perspectives. The lead counsel to the APC has his own perspective. But what I think the way forward is this: I don't want to believe anybody is indispensable in this country and anywhere in the world. We've seen the meaning a president dropping dead, another one taking over. And I believe what I think I need to do is that the governors of the Yobe state need to be patriotic enough to have the interest of the party, because, like I said, as long as it continues to remain in that office, is a legal liability to the party.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, yes, thank you so much, Kayode Ajulo, for your time. We do appreciate it. Now, still on politics, the People's Democratic Party has revealed plans to commence electronic registration to welcome new members nationwide starting in August. The National Publicity Secretary of the party, Kola Ologbodiyan, at a media briefing in Abuja, says the exercise will begin with a pre-launch at the National Secretariat of the party. Timothy Yusuf brings us details.
INEC has come out to reveal that not less than 1 million Nigerians have so far participated in the online continuous voter registration exercise of the Commission. It is on that premise that the PDP reaffirmed that there is no part of Nigeria that is not covered as far as the party is concerned, as information received by the party from all its members across the 36 states and the 774 local governments revealed that there is nowhere that they cannot carry out the online registration.
But we must demonstrate to our members and to Nigerians out there who are willing to engage with the People's Democratic Party, who are already rallying with our party and who want to join, not just as supporters, but as members.
Meanwhile, the crisis rocking the All Progressives Grand Alliance in Anambra State has continued to generate more controversy, as the Jude Okeke-led faction at a media briefing in Abuja says an Owerri High Court has ordered INEC not to remove Chuma Umoji as Anambra ABGA Goba candidate and reaffirmed that Jude Okeke is the ABGA acting national chairman.
This timely and latest judgment of court has finally buried any contention within ABGA regarding the Anambra State election.
In Abuja, Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
And away from politics now, Africa's largest television network, NTA, is re-strategizing and providing rich content to engender mass reorientation towards national unity and social cohesion. Director General of the NTA, Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, while addressing participants at the quarterly General Management meeting in Abuja, revealed that all news and current affairs programs would continue to give priority to this mandate. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday reports.
These are general managers, zonal directors and other top management of the Nigerian Television Authority who converged on Abuja to exchange knowledge, share ideas and strategize on policies that will further move the organization forward. Director General of NTA, Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, told his foot soldiers to go all out in the efforts of repositioning the organization to achieve its mandates. Issues of new media and better relationship with governments at all levels are some areas at the front burner.
NTA is putting robust mechanisms to ensure that the entire system is relaunched on the online.
Our appeal really is that the governors should come to our aid and assist the stations, assist us to fulfill our mandate.
We don't report all sorts of things because we want to pull the crowd. No, therefore we are not competing with anybody. Ours is to ensure that this country remains one nation.
And for sport lovers in Nigeria, there is good news in the offing.
Executive Director Marketing with the DG has just approved La Liga matches and German Bundesliga. It will be shown on network and NTA Sports 24. Already we have the Premier League. We are showing the Olympics now.
We need to provide content that will be more appealing to our viewer.
The quarterly meeting is for the organization to review and re-strategize for maximum delivery. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday, NTA News.
Heading to Bauchi now, the state government has recorded a saving of over 600 million naira from its payroll as a result of the exposure of over 7,000 ghost workers in the state. Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad reports.
Of Volume 2, the executive summary.
Faced with an over-bloated civil service that consumes over 7 billion naira monthly wage bill between the state and local government services, Governor Bala Mohammed on March 23rd this year inaugurated a committee under the chairmanship of the state deputy governor to scrutinize and recommend lasting solution to the problem.
Total number of employees removed from the payroll are as follows. State salary, 865 persons, totaling 615,783,962 naira. Local government salary, 113 persons, amounting to 61,013,892.
This is already with the Treasury, and we intend to use it to employ other Nigerians, especially our youth within both states. But for the avoidance of doubt, whoever is verified and found to be eligible, his money is readily available.
Governor Bala Mohammed therefore promised not to spare anyone found wanting. In Bauchi, Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad, NTA News.
From Bauchi, let's now go to Lagos, where Michael will bring us more news. Michael, what's the latest?
Thank you, Ieri. The Lagos State government has received various empowerment kits to help develop the capacity of more than 5,000 persons occupying various internally displaced camps in the state. The donor, Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency NIMASA, is targeting displaced victims of insurgency across the 36 states of the Federation. Being a cosmopolitan city with vibrant economic presence, Lagos State faces a huge task of managing thousands of people displaced by accidents and disasters. Apart from provision of accommodation and feeding, there is the constraint of filling the gap of capacity building for the internally displaced persons occupying the two major IDP camps in the state. This donation will be handy in not only improving the skills of the internally displaced persons, but providing means of livelihood.
This item, we believe, will alleviate the sufferings of the underprivileged and it will make them to become self-reliant. By so doing, we will be eradicating poverty gradually in our society.
The Lagos State government promised to leverage on its robust database for internally displaced persons in ensuring equitable distribution.
At disbursement, we also have a standard procedure for disbursing the items to wherever they are going to end up. And we guarantee you that these items will reach the designated people.
More than 5,000 people have been trained in our relief camp in collaboration with Ministry of Youth Poverty Alleviation. So this one will be additional, and I can assure you that we will use it judiciously.
Since empowerment plays a crucial role in building and developing a nation, the satisfaction here is that it will be a major force to eliminating unrest once the 36 states of the Federation are covered. The bank that keeps its words, Fidelity Bank PLC, has changed the financial status of some of its customers who emerged winners in the bank's Get a Lot in Millions promo Season 4 in Lagos. Annie Daniels has details.
Management of Fidelity Bank PLC disclosed that the bank has over the years presented prizes like vacation trips, cars, scholarships, houses and cash to winners in its various promos, adding that the Get a Lot in Millions promo Season 4 is the 9th promotional campaign and backed by the bank in the last 14 years and 4th in the series.
Wherever you are, you have opportunity to serve with Fidelity Bank, and if you do that, you also have opportunity to also get rewarded. In
keeping to its words, the bank again is presenting a total of 25 million naira and other consolation prizes to its latest set of winners.
9 people 1 million, 2 people 2 million, 2 people 3 million, and 2 people 10 million. Then we have consolation prizes. But in total, we've given over 120 million for this campaign.
We have people that also help them to provide financial intelligence, how to deploy those amount that they have won in the most productive way.
The bank had last week held a draw where these winners emerged.
When they come here, I shout for them, say they should not come here again. I even cost them where we are. They say I win 10 million. They say, what I say is lie. It's 419 people.
Those people that did not have service account with Fidelity Bank, I would advise them that they should go into the bank and just open an account with them. I think it rewards over what I'm seeing today.
This prize presentation, Fidelity Bank management says, is replicated in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Not resting on its hours, customers, old and new, are advised to open a Fidelity Bank account with 20,000 naira or top up their accounts with 10,000 naira or 50,000 naira and maintain a monthly average balance of 200,000 naira to win the grand prize of 10 million naira and other mouth-watering prizes. In Lagos, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
This is NTA Network News. More reports shortly after this break. Please stay.
So please go to the market and get me everything I need to cook this food. Get my pepper and get my onions. I'm waiting. Do you know how to buy pepper? Do you know how to buy dashi? You won't even let my mother come and stay. I need help. You don't know how stressful it is taking care of these 3 kids. Are you still there? If you're not getting me fresh meat, do you understand?
Okay, I'm at the meat.
Can you switch to video call, please? Okay, give me that one. The one by your side. Okay, please.
Where do I buy all these things now?
Hey, go get Glow Berekete and call madam.
Berekete. The heavyweight voice and data plan. Get 600 naira free credit plus 700% bonus on every recharge and up to 100% bonus on data plans.
Go TV Biggie Goals promo don't land. Better digging levels, better grooves, no hard at all.
on top GoTV. Make you not miss this awoof as GoTV price don't go down low for inside Biggie Goals promo. Now you fit get GoTV decoder, GoTenna with 1 month max subscription will be 9,500 naira before for 6,900 naira now. See discount. Make yourself enjoy football for inside your house. Cross your leg, watch BB Niger drama and shows for Africa Magic and international series them. Biggie Goals promo now for you. Better discount. Go get your own now for only 6,900 naira to enjoy max levels for GoTV. This offer no go to tell. GoTV. Love it.
Nigerian youths are about the greatest assets the country has at the moment. It is therefore not surprising that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is strategically responding to the yearnings of the youth through multiple projects and programs. Youth Entrepreneurship Support Years by Bank of Industry, the Youth Investment Fund by the CBN, and several other conditional cash transfer programs. Recruitment of 774,000 social workers, majority of whom are youths, and so many other projects that are beneficial to youths directly or indirectly. If the administration can do all this, definitely with a degree of patience and time, it can achieve more. Nigerian youths must come together to say no to terrorism, no to vandalism, and no to all disruptive tendencies. Hashtag Youth for Greater Nigeria. Pacifying the youths, unifying the nation.
Glad to have you back. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has announced 6th August 2021 as examination date for candidates who were unable to sit for the 2021 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME, due to some valid reasons. A statement signed by JAMB's Head of Public Affairs, Dr. Fabian Benjamin, following due consultation with the National Examination Council, NECO, concerning the timetable of the Council's ongoing SSCE. JAMB has scheduled a mop-up UTME in some selected locations across the nation. About 18,000 candidates slated for the examination are being notified through both text messages on their designated phone numbers and their JAMB profiles. The statement added that no candidate whose result has been duly released will be rescheduled for another examination, contrary to the sponsored fake news being circulated on the social media. Candidates who could not be initially scheduled for examination owing to their inability to timely procure and supply their mandatory NINs or profile codes until after the close of the registration exercise, and therefore had to purchase bank drafts as against the usual vending of pens after the scheduled period for the examination and were later registered. Speakers at the Business Hallmark Public Policy Roundtable have given the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration a pass mark for doing a lot with less in the area of infrastructure development. The event in Abuja is to review the present administration's infrastructure scorecard and receive feedback for better impact. Benny Adams reports.
Journey to bridging Nigeria's infrastructure gap has continued to gain momentum despite turns and bends. Here is another conversation to ensure the journey is shorter and leads to a new future for Nigeria's infrastructure revolution.
Infraco, with an initial seed capital of 1 trillion naira, envisaged to grow over time to 15 trillion in assets and capital, has been established and would soon commence operation.
It is a fact of life that social and economic infrastructure is the foundation of national development.
Whatever infrastructure you put in place will virtually be meaningless unless the nation enjoys peace and security.
Panelists are of the view that public policy should meet basic standards of value addition, and that is presently being demonstrated through ongoing projects nationwide.
895 ongoing contracts across the length and breadth of this country for roads and bridges, covering 13,552 kilometers of reconstruction, rehabilitation, and renovation. We're doing 48 local governments to make sure that the rural communities in those local governments have 100% access to water supply.
The Business Hallmark Roundtable is an independent public policy forum of business hallmark newspapers aimed at sustainable development. In Abuja, Benny Adams, NTA News.
And on health, the Abdul Samad Rabiu Africa Initiative, popularly known as ASR Africa, has donated a multi-million naira state-of-the-art, fully equipped emergency ambulance to the pediatric unit of the Gwarinpa General Hospital, Abuja, as part of its health systems support initiative. The report is here presented.
The Abdul Samad Rabiu Africa Initiative adopts the neonatal unit of the hospital in addition to providing 500,000 naira as funds being set up to assist indigent patients in accessing quality health care at the hospital. It is also undertaking minor refurbishments of the unit. While presenting the ambulance and health system support grant to the management of the hospital in Abuja, the managing director of Abdul Samad Rabiu Africa Initiative, Uban Udo, stated that this project is significant to the founder of the initiative, Abdul Samad Rabiu, who is also chairman of Boer Group.
This is, of course, part of the Yes Africa mandate. We're intervening in the areas of health, education, and social development with an annual investment in lives of people of $100 million, 50 million of which we're going to spend in Nigeria, and 50 million which we're going to spend across the continent. This is one of the interventions at the secondary level of healthcare. We've done interventions at the tertiary level with a donation for a cancer center in Kwara, and also for a teaching hospital, 5 billion naira in Akwa Ibom. And we have a lot of other things planned till the end of the year.
It is noteworthy that with the presence, with the receipt of these donations, it is going to improve the quality of care we give to our patients. It is also going to make the work environment more conducive for the hospital staff.
According to Udo, the initiative is to support the pediatric unit of the hospital as an example of the commitment to social development by Boer Group and its chairman. This demonstrates his commitment to continue to provide sustainable solutions to problems of infrastructure and social sectors across the continent that will impact on women and children.
Similarly, one of Nigeria's fastest rising tertiary institutions, Bayes University Abuja, is focused on helping aspiring Nigerians wishing to study modern medicine to achieve their dreams with the completion of its world-class specialist hospital in sight. Chairman, Board of Trustees, Bayes University, and former Vice President Mohammed Namadi Sambo, while on an inspection tour of the facility, expressed confidence that the project, upon completion, will open a new gateway to a more proficient healthcare delivery system in not just Nigeria, but Africa. Charles Alpha reports.
Satisfaction describes the mood of members of the Board of Trustees of Bayes University, which comprises the former Vice President Mohammed Namadi Sambo and wife of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who were on tour of the facility to inspect how far the project has been executed to specifications. Bayes University Pro-Chancellor Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed led the team on the inspection of the hospital project, adjudged the biggest private hospital in Africa with over 14,600 square meters.
The project has gone very far, and we are very pleased with the visit. I want to assure you that the management, the personnel, and the equipment that we are deploying in this hospital will be one of the best hospitals in Africa.
It is perhaps regarded as one of the largest with world-class facilities, with the installation of medical gas plants, clinical sterilization department, pathology, pressure massages, pharmacy, control room, CT scan, and net lining.
If it were all to be a hospital, it can take more than 1,000 beds. It is 200 beds because of the plethora of laboratories.
The students are optimistic the project will give Bayes University and other aspiring candidates a new experience in the study of medicine.
Having a specialist hospital here would afford a lot of students the opportunity to take advantage and enhance themselves.
The Bayes University Specialist Hospital is expected to be inaugurated on 23rd of October this year. The Pro-Chancellor Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed said the board has decided to host its 10th annual anniversary and welcomes the value addition of Dr. Jennifer Atiku Abubakar as a new board member. In Abuja, Charles Alpha, NTA News.
Let's now join Obehi in the heartbeat of the nation for more news. Obehi, let's hear you.
Thanks, Iyere, for joining us in Benin. The Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Alhaji Sabo Nanono, has directed all agricultural research institutes in the country to seek local and international partnership with a view to multiplying elite seeds for farmers. He said this in Benin while declaring open a 5-day workshop on sustainable and climate-smart production of palms and shea for improved livelihood and economic diversity. The report.
The challenges and risks of climate change are evident through the erratic and extreme weather conditions. Such climatic anomalies, agricultural experts believe, call for urgent innovative solutions. This is the major reason these key players are brainstorming at this year's seed meeting and second annual South-South Research Extension Input Workshop in NIFO.
We are talking of diversifying our economy, which is key, which is true. And we cannot achieve our goal with the research institute being underfunded.
We cannot sit down and wait for other people to do the research, produce, and keep on buying. So, but we need to increase the resources available to all the research institutions in Nigeria, especially in NIFO.
As an institute, we from time to time have to review our work and to see that our work remains relevant to our key stakeholders.
The Minister of Agriculture, through his representative, the Executive Secretary, Research Council of Nigeria, re-emphasizes that the agricultural reform policy of President Muhammadu Buhari can best be achieved if farmers across the country feel the direct impact of research institutes.
So the Honorable Minister has directed that we all sit down and work out a plan for every angle of this country, to have at least an outstation of a research institute that will reflect its own productivity.
The event also featured exhibitions of oil palm, coconut and shea butter seedlings.
For proper planning and sustainability of the National Homegrown School Feeding Program, data collection and capturing of pupils in target schools in Ondo State have commenced. The move is also aimed at enhancing credible budgeting process and improved policy formulation of the program. Oluwakemi Ademola has details.
That tone signaled break time for primary school pupils who with gladness run towards the food vendors to collect their free meal provided by the federal government.
I like it. It's good. I'll say that thank you for providing food for us.
As a way of improving the program, the federal government introduced enumeration exercise in order to scale up the number of beneficiaries from the present 9 million pupils to 15 million pupils by 2023, in line with the directive of President Muhammadu Buhari. This enumeration exercise involved collection of data and capturing of pupils which cover public primary school pupils in classes 1 to 3.
The idea is to make sure that we get the numbers, the exact number of these children that are being fed.
It's a matter of seizing this opportunity to tell everyone, please, let your children, your words, let them go out for this capturing.
In Akure, Oluwakemi Ademola, NTA News.
And that's it here from Benin. It's back to you for the continuation of the news.
Many thanks, Obehi. Now, the National Center for Women Development is partnering the Nigeria Police Force for enhanced protection of women in communities with high risk of security challenges. Francis Form reports that this was when the leadership of the center visited the IGP at Louis Edet House, Abuja, to solicit for adequate security at the forthcoming women and girl-child empowerment in states affected by insecurity. While highlighting the importance of the training and economic empowerment of women, Director General of the Center, Dr. Asabe Vilita Bashir, says women empowerment is critical to the realization of the mission of the center. The IGP, Usman Baba Kali, assured the NCWD of police protection in the discharge of their mandate of improving the lives of rural women. And that concludes Network News tonight. Many thanks for being a part of it. And here's a quick reminder. Rape is a crime. Don't hide, speak up and take action. Good night.